monsters are disgusting, even when they're free.
Between Clean Sheets.
Hey guys, it's Cheyenne with Between Clean Sheets, and I have a special connection to Georgia. I moved here halfway through high school, and I ended up playing college ball about an hour south of Atlanta. My parents still live on the coast of Georgia, and that is actually where I'm hanging out today as I ride out the coronavirus pandemic from the comfort of my high school bedroom. Speaking of high school, look what I found. It's me. Where else would I rather be? My brother and sister-in-law live in Atlanta, and I go down to visit them every chance I get, and more specifically, every time DC United plays Atlanta United. They graciously hosted me back in 2018 when I came to see my first DC United at Atlanta at Mercedes Benz instead of Bobby Dodd, and my little nephew Paul came with us. This time it was just my brother and me. Paul is a member of the Resurgence supporters group and was actively involved in leadership until fairly recently as his family grows.
Paul fucking Foster!
Paul fucking Foster! Paul fucking Foster!
Unlike my first video linked below, I wanted to see some of the things that go on behind the scenes for a guy like Paul. So we showed up early and we stayed late as he banged the drums in the massive supporters section. Every single time I go to an Atlanta United game, I always hang out in the supporters section. Mostly to hang out with my brother, but also because as a viewer of my YouTube videos, I feel like it might be best for you to get an idea of what it's like to go to Mercedes Benz from that point of view. If I did a quick recap on the first 88 minutes of the game, I'd have you believe that DC United played pretty well considering the fact that they announced Rooney would not be playing about 30 minutes before the match started. Hamid had some great saves. Joseph Martinez shanked a PK in front of the supporters section. But in the 89th minute, PT Martinez scored, and then in stoppage time, Joseph Martinez made up for his missed penalty and scored again. We lost 2-0, but Paul and I stayed after with a handful of other supporters to watch Atlanta Unified and DC Unified, both Special Olympics teams, play against each other, where we definitely did get a DC United win. And it was the cutest thing. They were actually on my flight home the next morning. What's important and unique about this video is you get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes work that goes into making a supporters group or a supporters section successful and game ready. I've seen members of Resurgence work really hard to make game day seamless and enjoyable for all the people that participate, whether it's TIFO, the work that they do in the community, patches, scarves, stickers, etc. Every time I have a conversation with someone about fan culture in Major League Soccer, I always bring up Atlanta, and I tell them if they find themselves down south on a weekend where Atlanta United is hosting, that they definitely have to make it. I already have my flight booked for the July 4th game where DC plays at Mercedes-Benz again, and if you see me at the tailgate, please come say hey. I'll probably be filming again to see if I can top this video.
I haven't had that stuff in a while. Yeah.
Perfect.
Coming in early means I get to see the team as they step outside the bus and make their way into Mercedes Benz. Is a roof and air conditioning. What's your strategy here?
Here we go. You good?
Yep.
All right. It's a very sketchy stage.
That's okay. If it's good for Ron Howard, it's good for me. It's takedown time, and because I'm a good sport, I'm helping Paul and all of his buddies bring the drums down to the stage.
Perfect. Perfect.
What, are we just getting the beer up?
Yeah.
So what part of the field do we take these to?
Walk across the field and put them in the locker.
We're actually going to go through the damn concourse today because they're still on the field.
Alright, so we had to take the drums and all the rest of the equipment back to a storage unit across the stadium. And now we're finally leaving. It is 7:55 and the game ended just after 6 p.m. So, woof. These supporters groups here, especially Resurgence in my opinion, put in so much work to make this an enjoyable experience for all of the people that hang out in the section behind me. Paul and I are headed home, and I think I'm gonna convince him to get me some ice cream. Do you take that guy home with you?
It's my friend's actually, but I'm taking it. Cause he left.
Oh my gosh.
This will make us look good.
Another successful visit to Mercedes Benz Stadium. If the game had ended at 80 minutes, I would be very pleased with how well we held on. Unfortunately, Atlanta United put in 2 goals in the last 10 minutes of the game, and I'm walking away with 0 points. And now I'm out of breath from walking up the stairs.
That makes someone happy.
Paul, James, and I are peacing out.
If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Tell me, are you a member of a supporters group for your respective team? Are you a member of Resurgence? Or are you interested in joining a supporters group and unsure as to who to pick? Let's talk. Yee.